Say yes to new beginnings.
Yes.
Say yes to new beginnings.
Yes.
Say yes to...
Now, in politics, who are your role models and why?
I started out first looking at Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The reason why I looked at him then, I told you how we got there. He can be alive, he's going to be president now. Ask him whether I've ever asked him that, can I have a bottle of water? I'm not that way inclined. Not that I don't like to be given, but I'm not so beggarly like that. That's not how I flow. I want us to do the mental work, and if you are excited, then you can buy me a car or do something nice, but not to say, we sit on the table and be licking your vomit. It's too hard for me. What I liked about Bola, what I still like about Bola, is his damn huge focus on what is important. Bola has mastered the art of ignoring irrelevancies. And in the political space, nobody has demonstrated that he has that ability. And I'll show you one practical example that would demonstrate that too. The first is that in 2003, when everybody lost, all the AD governors lost, think about it. Do you know the amount of pressure Bola would have been under just to jump and become a PDP governor with Obasanjo? But it is somebody like Bola, it's only Bola Ahmed Tinubu that I know that is smart enough to ignore the irrelevances and understand that by being the only governor, that has created another playbook for him where he can lead opposition. Other people will quickly run and go and join PDP. Bola didn't do that. Now the second one I'll give you three. The second one that will let you know why Bola is that. Bola, in 2019, all of them, the general, Obasanjo, everybody, they join hand. Even Atiku and Kwaku, they all joined hand and posted Buhari on us. By 2019, all of them had left the play. All. Tinubu was out, Obasanjo was out, all of them were out. Atiku was back in PDP and all that. Bola was still, Bola was still smart enough to wait and still provide the support for that guy to do his second term. Now that kind of character, you need some of it in politics. That's what I like about Bola. What do I like about Atiku? You know, Atiku, Waziri Atiku Abubakar. Well, Atiku Abubakar is one human being that you just marvel at his ability to be so calm. Atiku, before you will say Atiku get angry, you will travel. One day I asked him, I said, this man, so he said, when I sit with Atiku, he's not play a guy, I don't do those kinds of rubbish. It's hard question. So I said, this man, why are you always so calm? Then he told me the story of how he became calm. And he said what had happened, and I need to hear, is that Joe Musa Yar'Adua, their boss, the man who put all of them together, had just been stopped by the Babangida and Norman. And that everybody was in there, Kewale, Joe, Sarumi, the whole works, everybody, Gingibi, all of them were in his place. And they were shouting on top of them, saying, we don't go great. And the Yar'Adua was just keeping quiet, he didn't say a word. After all of them have been talking and showing that they are handling their this for some time, the Yar'Adua now said, gentlemen, can you people go back to your hotel, go and sleep, and come back the next day? So everybody left, he said, because he has that kind of accent. When they got to the door and everybody had left, he said he turned back and went to meet Yar'Adua and said, how about Bala? You are telling me that you do not care? Then he said, I'm telling you this so that others can learn from it. He said, Yar'Adua said to him, if I get angry or agitated when all of you are also getting angry and agitated, who is going to think us out of the problem? The responsibility of a leader is to be calm when others are fretting. Atiku told me that it was from that day he started inducing that character into himself. Until today, everybody calls Atiku Daddy Cool. That I like about Atiku. So you need to, because to be agitated a lot, you can destroy things. What do I like about Buhari? I'm showing you all of them. Then I'll call Babangida. What I like about Buhari? Buhari has such still nerves. His nerves are so, Buhari's nerves are so still. And he walks and sits in such a rambled way that you have to say that this guy is so Spartan. Say whatever you like about him. He carries the office of the president with so much dignity that you're going to say, damn, he walks like he's marching, he sits, his back is straight, he smiles a little, he cracks a bit of joke, he says very little. No, that's that about Buhari. Now Babangida, who I think in my mind is the man that I truly mostly adore. I literally, I said, God Almighty, I will run some people for Babangida's life if they give me the chance. I adore him that much. Not his all these things that people say about him. It's just the brain. The power of that guy's mind is absolutely incredulous. You need to see the things he's doing, how he did it, why he did it, the mistakes he made, why he made it, the vision, the direction. And then this guy, and he was just a soldier. How did he know so much? So Babangida for me is the enigma of intellectualism around power. There are a few other ones that I like too. There are a few other ones that I like, but I think for role models, those
are the okay. So you've been in PDP for years now. What are you still doing in PDP?
Since they started the party.
Okay. So what are you still doing in PDP?
I should have left. I'm a progressive person. If you really follow my writings and my teachings and the kinds of things I am, I'm not a conservative person like that. I believe that government has one major responsibility, and that the major responsibility of government is to legislate, budget, and do everything with the mass of the people in mind. What am I saying in essence? I do not really accept that this new facade of everything is PPP, this is the PPP, papa. I don't believe it much. I understand the need for private sector, but I think that in the case of the Nigerian and African system, it has made a lot of leaders extremely redundant. They just sit down there, give out contract. Apart from giving out contract, assign, joint ventures and all that. It's leaving the poor behind. So, within that perspective, ideally I should have been in the APC or maybe AG, that kind of thing. Why I didn't join them in AG in 1999, and why I did PDP was that I kept telling the leaders that I could hear, the ones that I could talk to, that you guys are going to get yourself into a tribal conclave, claiming that you are the children of Awolowo, blah, 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 blah. When you would have succeeded in your tribal conclave, using your mouth and your action to, disturb the national, wholeness of one Nigeria, you will not be satisfied, just like your leader Awolowo was not satisfied. You are going to want to move from this your governors that you are doing now, and you want to be president. And for you to be president, you need to be a little bit more pan-Nigerian, accommodate the opinions, the views, the nuances, and the cultures, and the tradition, and the way of life of others. This your AD thing will not happen. So because of that, I'm going to be in the national party waiting for you until you come and meet me in the national space. And again, Eureka, they've done their... If you go and take all the kinds of rhetoric that people like Bola Tinubu and co were issuing between 1999 to 2007, you will know that it was always about pride. Today, they are trying to be nationalists. Except that the citizens are a little bit careless and they forget. They should have seen that these guys are no nationalists, but I've always been a nationalist. Now, by 2014, when they now started APC, 2015, when they won, I was very happy for them. I wanted to join. In fact, I had an interview with Lai Mohammed, now Minister of Information, where he was saying that Segun, this party was created for me like this. I said, I know. But I told him something at that time. I said, I'm not comfortable with the fact that it is the same Bukola Saraki and all these people that you say are bad in PDP that are now in your APC. I'm not happy with the way you're going about it. Why don't you have won the election? Why don't you build out your party in an organic manner? That means people that are truly ideologically persuaded around progressive ideas can come to you. But this one that you are just bringing everybody, you are going to end up not being able to recognize yourselves. Voila. I was proven right again. They can't recognize it. By the time they got to 20, when they did the election and the Saraki took over, a ridiculous arrangement where PDPs were taking, you know what I mean? If the majority party forms cabinet, that's the rule. That's the expectation, the ideal. And then when they want to start, they started fighting themselves and all that until those ones have to leave the party and come back. I said, Segun, you have been vindicated once again. Now, what Tinubu now came in 2022 when he started trying to be president now. The only concern I had, really and honestly, crossed my heart hope to die. The only concern I was having about like, oh Jesus, does he have the stamina for the job? I don't know. I'm not his physician. I don't know the state of his health. But the kind of things you read on television and all of that, you just say, does this guy? You know what I mean? Except for the fact that I didn't want him to carry a burden he didn't have the stamina to carry. I swear to God, I know that guy's brain. Bola Tinubu's brain. Anyway, if they saw him, people will see. So I didn't think that. So I was now uncomfortable with the idea that, okay, when I saw that, okay, he won his primary and this, I was communicating with people where, I mean, where Yoruba people, we know ourselves, we know where we meet. I started saying to myself that, Segun, are you going to send a wrong signal to society that just because your Yoruba father, uncle, or brother is coming to take power, then the natural best thing you are going to do is jump to him? Now, I had gone to the Igbos, and this is important, as we thank God we are Igbo. I had gone to the Igbos after 2019 election, after the election. I did they are sworn in. After the ceremony, I did the back end of the work. I looked at it and I filtered it, and I started sounding the alarm bells to PDP, my party. The Indigbos are the ones carrying us. We are in trouble. We are going to be in trouble in 2023. We are going to be in trouble in 2023. Listen to this. Because of that, I went to Orizu, the King Igwe in Newi. I sat with the leaders there. I went to Innocent. I sat with the leaders there. I went to Enugu. I went to Imo. I delivered lectures at a cultural event for them in Imo. I went to Abuja, the business community. I went to this guy, now that used to be in AMCON, the former chairman of AMCON, that Mustafa Atiku Obi. I went to everybody, then I went to Peter Obi, and I started telling him, look, you guys, you're going to put us in trouble. We have got to a point now where we're going to have to ask ourselves as Nigerians that, are we going to be doing baton passing between the House of Fulani and the Yoruba people at the expense of the Igbos? But you guys, you need to give us an Igbo man that is pan-Nigerian outlook, that we can then start marketing to the Nigerian people so we can just step over this problem. You know what the general opinion was at that time? No, it was no one that. It was no one power. We just want somebody that give us, and I kept telling them, this is 1999. You are not going to, your people will not have this view by 2023. It was as if I'm clairvoyant. In the process of trying, I will go to Peter. Say, Peter, this thing is, look, I can measure your people like you. You need to begin to visit other people. All this sitting in one place, carrying one bag and just moving up and down like some guys, it's not going to work in politics. Go and visit Obas the way the others are visiting Obas. Visit everywhere the way they are visiting. Start extending yourself so that when this problem starts, we may be able to showcase one person of Igbo extraction that all Nigerians will have confidence in. Azul, I can't be more Nigerian than that. It was that process that led us to where we are now with Peter. And for the record, Peter was not even ready. Oh, no, she's not there, she's still alive. Uche Kunife, if you know the amount of push I gave Uche Kunife just to set Peter's mind right that this possibility that he's doing now is possible. She's alive, ask her. Although Peter did not do well for her because he really betrayed that. Peter seemed to be somebody that, he's only about to stop in another way, because I thought he could have protected people like Uche, who were really the ones that were trying to say, Peter, you can do it. You may not be successful on the first go, do you get? But we already knew that this possibility existed. And somebody had to harvest all that energy that would give the Igbo something to believe. They can't be coming to the table and say, Igbo have no Eze, Igbo needs an Eze now. Negotiation cannot be done with everybody. Anyway, I was the one who went to tell His Excellency and took a back on that, but Peter is going to buy the ticket. And Peter bought it. And really what I was looking for was for them to return back with the same team of 2019. Because I knew that if the Igbos are on board, PDP will win. And I knew that if the Igbos are not on board, forget PDP is not going to win. And I screamed it to high heavens to everybody that needed. Anyway, Peter then bought the form. When Peter put out the notice that he had bought the form, you should have seen the way the internet was going. I called him, he didn't see. I said, go and look at the Twitter, go and look at the way things is spinning like fan. Everybody, I said, Peter, this is what I told you. Peter then decided on his own decision, somebody that had been pushing for an Igbo president like me, Peter then decided I was going to go and join Labour Party. He didn't even have the courtesy to say, Segun, let's review this thing, because he knows how long I've been on this journey. And why was I on the journey, Azu? I was on the journey because I feel that the Nigerian state will be better once we solve that one Achilles heel, I mean, it becomes offensive. As what are you going to tell your children? You're going to tell your children that 3 men took independence, Azikwe, Awolowo, and Tafawa Balewa, and then you're going to tell your own children that the children of Azikwe, they can be president and they decide, the children of Awolowo can be president, and then Azikwe's children will be explaining what? For what? For how long? The Civil War is over, that's done. We need to, that was my thinking, and I thought that if we solve that problem, then we can then become more Nigerian. And then we can't be criticizing Bola Tinubu only because he's a Yoruba man. Because when you keep doing that, you're going to force somebody like me as a Yoruba man to now begin to, because we are all tried men. As if we are all tried men. Don't let's deceive ourselves, we are all tried men. We're just trying to be something better, something else, something more accommodating. But the only thing that is natural to us is our tribe. And some of us are a little bit big-minded enough not to look at things from only a tribal prism. But I felt that the majority of us will step over that hurdle if we're able to do that. Another person that I feel that could have done it was that guy, the guy Umai. I was looking at
Ebony State, Dave Umai.
Yeah, I've not spoken to him, but that was someone I was saying that, okay, we can also package this guy. But I was seeing the way he was going. Was staying away from trouble. His rhetoric was not all over the place, just behaving like a fool. He was doing project. I saw the vision he was driving. He wasn't just. So I said, I started seeing that one too. Now, okay, this guy, we can prepare this guy. Before I knew what was happening, somebody had bullied him, or he had just gotten frustrated PDP elect. Until today, Azu, I have not stopped crying on the loss of Umar. I have not stopped crying. Because I thought to myself that you can't be losing all the best men that we created for PDP to the opposition. So that's me for you.
Okay.